delivery can be very unpredictable instead of our initial agreement of royal blue. Bye bye, see your money. So I've noticed that of recent there are a lot of clients that are not in Nigeria or that are not within my locality that would want me to sew for them and then deliver it to them. So with time, there are some particular things that I've been able to take note of that are very important for you to consider whenever you're going to take part in that kind of sewing. So the first thing you need to take note of is that measurements should be taken virtually. It's not advisable for the client to be like, oh, let me send in my measurements. Better you take the measurements virtually. And when I say virtually, it can be through Zoom call, it can be through WhatsApp video call, through Instagram video call, any form at all. So what you just do is that you let the client know the dimensions that you would need. Also let them know that they would need somebody to assist them to take the measurements if they cannot do it by themselves. So that is very important. When you take virtual measurements, it reduces the risk of having ill-fitted clothes because you know the dimensions you want to work with. During the virtual measurement, during the video call, you can be like, oh, I need this particular measurement. I need from your shoulder to your bust point. I need your hip measurement. This is how you do it. This is how you do it, and all of that. Number two thing you should know is that you should let the client know beforehand that in case of any minor adjustments, you should have a seamstress that could help her to adjust just minor things, and then she should have that in mind so that when there's a minor adjustment she needs to do when the clothes is delivered to her, she's not thrown off balance or all of that. So you just let her know beforehand that okay, it's advisable that you have a seamstress close by that can just help you to adjust one or two things in case there's a problem. So number three thing you need to take note of is that you need to do proper quality control before you send out the clothes, because this person is not coming in for fitting. Cannot be like, okay, when she wears it and if I see any thread I just cut it off. However, if there's any pins she would see it and all of that. So you need to do proper quality control before sending it out. Check for loose threads, check that you didn't leave any pin in the dress, you know, just make it look very presentable, because you're not going to be there to see it again on their body and be like, oh, let me cut out this loose thread and all of that. So it's better you do proper quality control before you send out that particular dress. Number four thing you need to consider is that before you take on that job, you need to confirm from your client when they would need the dress. And why I say so is because when you're making a dress that will be sent out, you have to factor in the fact that delivery can be very unpredictable. I don't think it's a bad word. Delivery can be very unpredictable. Delivery company can tell you that it's going to take you 3 to 7 days, and then it even be more than 7 days if they are not very good with their services. So you should also factor that in. So for example, a customer sends you a message and then, oh, I need this dress in a month's time. So you need to know that this dress has to be ready like 2 weeks before the person needs it, and like depending on the time frame, you just have to give room for unforeseen you have to give room for unforeseen circumstances that might arise because of the delivery time frame and all of that. So you might get the dress ready on time from your own end, but then the delivery company just comes and the whole plan is just all over the place. So you need to take that into consideration whenever you're making dress for somebody that is afar off. Number five thing you need to consider is that it's advisable that you make use of adjustable fasteners. And when I say adjustable fasteners, I mean instead of making use of zip, you can make use of corset loops. Instead of making use of zip, you can make use of Velcro, you can make use of hooks, you know, something that is easily adjustable. I mean, it's adjustable behind. So instead of making use of zips, it's better you opt for making use of adjustable fasteners. Number six thing you need to consider is that you need to be in constant communication with your client, especially when the client is going to be using it for the first time. You need to be in constant communication with them, because when you're making a dress for somebody, there might be 1 or 2 things that you might not be able to clarify at the beginning until you actually start the dress. They're like, okay, when I make the base of the dress, and then it's time for you to now start picking the kind of applique or the kind of design you want to put on top of it, you have to carry the customer along, because when it's not like if the customer was coming in for fitting now physically, you can be like, okay, when you come, I'll just show you the different options that we have here. But if the person is afar off, you have to like keep in constant communication, video calls, pictures, chats, calls, and all of that. So that is that your payment. your balance, that your balance. Make sure you get your balance before you send the clothes to the shipping company, because once the dress is out of your hand, that is it. Some clients would actually never pay you back your balance. So it's better you get your payment and you confirm it before you send out any clothes, because once it's gone, it's gone. It's actually gone. Like, nah, just make sure you collect your balance before you send out that clothes. If not, bye bye to your money. Number 8 and the last reason is that it is advisable that you communicate with your client through text messages. And even in cases where you communicate through calls, make sure that you still send a written message, like to confirm that, oh, okay, let's assume that you make a call and the person like, instead of using royal blue, make use of baby blue, or make use of turquoise blue. After that call, make sure that you type it again and be like, okay, so as per our discussion, I would make use of baby blue, I will make use of turquoise blue instead of our initial agreement of royal blue. Now, this is very important because some clients can be problematic. Let's be very honest. Some clients can be very problematic, and it's very good that you have proper documentation of everything that you discuss, so that if there's an error at the end of the day, you can always go back and be like, this is what you said, this is what you said. So it's necessary for you to have that kind of documentation. Even apart from just when you're saying for somebody that is afar, even somebody that will come in for physical fittings, it's important to do proper documentation. And the best way to do it in this digital age is through text message. Make sure that you always reiterate a discussion that you have with the client, that you've had with the client through your audio call. Try to reiterate audio call or video call. Make sure that you have it saved in case of any kind of back and forth, to just avoid any kind of issues at the end of the day. So guys, those are the 8 things you need to consider whenever you're going to take part in long distance sewing in a situation where the client is not going to come in for fittings. Please let me know if there are other things that you believe or you think should be considered when taking part in this type of sewing. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.